The MediaPad is now the MatePad, and I've had a look. So I went along to a Huawei briefing ahead of the MatePad announcement this week, and I got to have a little play with it, and you know, it's a really nice iPad Pro competitor. And you can tell that from when you first grab the tablet and you pick it up and you have a little look at it. Everything about it is premium. You know, it's very visually striking, much like the rest of the Huawei collection, if I'm being quite honest. And the Mate branding suggests that it's taking those design elements from the laptop range and from the phone range and kind of incorporating them into a brand new tablet range. So I mean, it's simple, minimalistic. It's made from a magnesium alloy frame, and Huawei says this is because magnesium alloy is both light and durable, so it should hopefully, you know, keep it together for a long time. And the micro curved edges are a really nice touch. So basically the edges are rounded off so that when you kind of hold the tablet in your hand, the curve of the edge of the tablet fits nicely in the curve of your hand, so it's you know, it's a comfortable tablet to hold. And the diamond cut edging, you know, really finishes off. This is a premium tablet. It's not the MediaPad. This is the MatePad. Of course, one of the features of the MatePad Pro 5G is 5G connectivity. What? I know. You know, 5G connectivity is limited at the moment, but that's something I think we're going to see rolling out to more places throughout 2020. So by the end of the year, we should hopefully have a range of 5G devices that can take advantage of those, you know, the high speeds and the low ping rate that the 5G connectivity offers. And it's good that Huawei's getting out ahead of that with the MatePad Pro 5G. Now, of course, with cellular connectivity, you're going to expect to find a bunch of antennas just on the back, on the sides, you know, ugly things, but you can't really get around them. But Huawei has. Huawei's got 22 antennas on the MatePad Pro 5G, and incredibly, they're all built into the frame itself, so you don't get any of those annoying lines, you don't get the plastic element that you see on other tablets and stuff like that. And you know, it just really complements the high-end look and the clean look of the tablet. And that theme of the clean design carries on to the 10.8-inch display. Now, the first thing you'll notice about the display is the lack of bezels. I mean, they're there, but they measure in at 4.9mm compared to 8.3mm of that of the iPad Pro. And to be honest, I thought the iPad Pro was pretty bezel-less. And of course, that translates to a 90% screen-to-body ratio, which is pretty impressive for a tablet. In terms of specifics, it's a WQHD display with cinema-grade color on offer thanks to DCI P30 support. You know, when I used it, it was crisp, it was bright, and you know, it looked absolutely gorgeous. And you know, it also has a hole-punch camera, which I think is a first for our tablets as well. In terms of internals, the MatePad Pro features the Kirin 995G, which obviously offers 5G support. And it's the same chipset that Huawei uses in the Mate XS, and it's also in the Mate 30 Pro, so you're kind of expecting a similar level of performance from compared to those. Alongside that, you've got a DaVinci NPU to kind of power the AI experiences on offer, and you've also got a Mali G76 GPU to power those gameplay experiences. What is exciting is the fact that you can charge the MatePad with 27-watt wireless charging, which is pretty impressive when you consider that the iPhone range is still capped at 7.5 watts. You know, in fact, you can actually reverse wireless charge on this using 7.5 watt power. So you can flip it over, you can put your phone on it, you can put your watch on it, anything that's wireless charging enabled, and you'll get a bit of extra life from that. You know, it's not something that people are going to use all the time, but if you do find yourself caught short and your wireless earbuds need a little top up, boom, there you go. And you'll also notice there's a quad speaker setup, and that has been tuned by H&K, so it should sound pretty damn good. And it also features what Huawei calls a long range amplitude speaker, which to you and me means it should be pretty loud. But what's most important about the MatePad Pro is the software. Obviously, like most of the Huawei range at the moment, you can't get Google Play, and then with that, you lose access to all the apps that are on Google Play. Now, you do have Huawei's app gallery, which it's not Google Play level, but there's still a decent range of apps on there. You might not find some of the kind of the high-end productivity apps that you'd find on the iPad or something like that, but there's a variety, and there's more being added every day. A key thing now is that you can actually get Amazon's own app store within Huawei App Gallery, which does then provide you with access to Facebook, Instagram, and a few apps like that, but obviously, again, it's not Google Play. But what is cool is that Huawei has built in multi-window support, much like the iPad Pro. So you can run two apps side by side on the screen for productivity, so you can read your mail, you can check Twitter at the same time, and then you've also got the option of swiping in and dragging in a floating window, so you've got three apps open at the same time, essentially. The only issue is that the floating app support is limited to Huawei's official apps at the moment, so that's like things like Gallery, Calendar, Calculator, all that kind of stuff. But we've got our fingers crossed that it'll be rolled out to third parties in the near future. And you've also got Huawei App Multiplier. Now, that is for apps that run kind of portrait only. And this allows the app to kind of run side by side, so you've got two windows from the same app open side by side. you know, it's a really interesting way to get around it. That's been an issue on Android tablets for years. Only 1,000 apps support it at the moment, but Huawei said they're working on getting it out to developers and getting support added. So that's a really nice feature, and it just means that, yeah, you can use, you know, traditionally portrait-only apps in horizontal mode. One of my favorite software features is the ability to mirror your phone to your tablet and interact with it. So what you do is you can connect your Mate 30 Pro or any other Huawei branded device to the tablet, and then you get a preview up on the tablet itself, and then you can interact with that. So, you know, you can start texting on your phone and then pick up your tablet and then carry on the tablet. And it just means that, you know, when you're on that tablet, you're working on the tablet, you get a phone call, you get a text message, you don't have to then put the tablet down, pick up your phone, deal with that. It's all on one device, and it's neat, it's tidy, and it works well. You know, there's a little bit of lag, but I'm gonna, you know, put that down to interference in, you know, such a small space of a lot of phones and tech and stuff like that. What makes the screen mirroring even more handy is that the MatePad Pro has its own smart keyboard. The keyboard's magnetically attached, and it's got wireless charging built in, so you don't have to worry about charging it at all, and it just connects automatically. It's all very seamless. And it's a similar thing with the M Pencil, which is a kind of Surface Pro-like stylus for the MatePad Pro. It's kind of got pressure detection and stuff like that, and it also kind of snaps into place on the side of the tablet, and that also charges it up. 30 seconds of charge will get you about 10 minutes of use, and then an hour of charge will get you a whole 10 hours of use. So that's the MatePad Pro 5G. It's a high-end iPad Pro competitor. It doesn't have access to Google Play, but wow, it does everything else.